Hi, I'm Leslie Nips. I've got a question I want to pose today. Is there any chance that the struggles that our ancestors and our parents had with work and being in business be affecting us today in any way? I want to share a story. My father, who worked very hard his whole life, um, was born in 1925, 4 years before the Depression. His family weren't devastated like many families were, but they did struggle quite a bit. It was a very hard 10 to 20 years for his family, and he learned a lesson very deeply, which is that above all, one has to think about financial security, especially if you're married, you have a family, you have commitments, then above all, then what you've got to be concerned about is making sure you have financial security. In that regard, he did very, very well in his life. He worked for IBM, which has a remarkable system of support for its employees. But as a mathematician who loved numbers, the pure beauty of them, he never really met his soul's desire. And so I had a father who was extremely unhappy in his work. Every day he'd get up, he'd go off and kind of kill his soul a little bit. And as a kid, even then, I couldn't have said that specifically, but I knew that was what was happening. Since then, as a person working myself, I've wanted to know how can I have what I love and security? And I remember my father, and I wonder if we can have both. Do you think perhaps the stories of your ancestors, of your parents, might be affecting you? This is one of the sets of questions I open up in the work that I do with my clients. Next week, I start my next 4-month business growth program, and this kind of healing is very much at the center of what we do, in addition to all the nuts and bolts work that needs to go into building a business. If you're intrigued, I invite you to reach out to me. And in the meantime, if that's not what you're looking for, whatever you do for work, I invite you to just take a moment, think about your ancestors, all the generations of people who worked, whether it was in offices or in laundries or in potato fields. And for a moment, just honor them. Honor them for the work that they did.